This is a battle between two heavyweight players using heavyweight factions in a Barbarian tournament. It's the Alans, commanded by the Prussian prince, and the Burgundians, commanded by Llewelin of Agorta. And the Burgundians should fit his playstyle very well. The Burgundians, with the shock infantry, shock cavalry, will allow him to be super aggressive. The Alans also have that option. The problem is, though, that the shock infantry of the Alans do not have a bonus versus infantry, but the elite Gotharsai of the Alans are very deadly units, and both of the factions have the essential Germanic roster, made somewhat less essential by the fact that Germanic horsemen are now close to useless compared to noble Germanics and to Alani, noble Alani cavalry. However, they both will suffer when charged head-on by these Royal Lancers. So let's just go over the builds while they deploy here. For Llewelin, we of course have 6 Burgundian axemen, because why would you not bring 6 Burgundian axemen? Then we have barbed lancers, Royal Lancers, Royal Burgundian General, very very strong. Then we have a noble Germanic sword. We have 5 Germanic bows, and an interesting choice here made by Llewelin. He actually has 2 Germanic mounted brigands. I'm very curious to see whether he can use those units to good effect, because I have never seen them used to good effect in a tournament battle. So I really hope that Llewelin is going to be able to do that here. For the Prussian prince, we have, of course, noble Germanics. We have 2 noble Alani, so assume that the noble Alani are capped at 2. The players can bring a maximum of 2 of those. We have the Germanic noble general. He's a brace general. Then we have a bunch of elite Gotharsai and 1 Gotharsai. They are going to be on the flanks. His center is going to be pikes. Only 2 pikes though, and 5 Germanic archers. So the Germanic bows of Llewelin are going to be outmatched. However, in terms of the infantry advantage goes to Llewelin. Ooh, look at this very very interesting deployment by the guerrilla units from Llewelin here. And this looks like it's going to be a great battle. He might be able to get in and wreck some shit here with his Germanic mounted brigands. Llewelin is ready. So most people, when fighting, and me included, when fighting Burgundians, would probably expect just a straight up rush here from the onset, because the Burgundians can rush better than, in my opinion, anyone, because of their lancers that do well against cavalry, and also the support from the Burgundian axemen. Shock cavalry alone are dangerous, but when backed up by cheap Danax units, they become very very hard to counter indeed. So the infantry of the Prussian prince is better here in a one-on-one infantry engagement because of the precursors. However, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when the charges start happening, because the way that Llewelin is deploying here, the Prussian prince might have to peel away cavalry to protect his rear, and if he does that, his cavalry wings are going to be significantly weakened. He could also just use Germanic archers to try and zone away these Germanic mounted brigands. So it is kind of risky what Llewelin is doing here, but I quite like it, using guerrilla deployment like this, trying to get at the rear of the Prussian prince. So in a head-on, straight-up engagement, this goes to Llewelin if he's able to support well enough. However, Llewelin only has 2 cavalry units on each flank here. The Prussian prince has 3. So what the Prussian prince could do, it could stop charges. Then he could send a cavalry unit around and close off the engagement. That could be one way for the Prussian prince to do this. Another way could be to kite, to just use the extended range on his archers and get at the vulnerable barbed lancers. However, Llewelin is obviously not going to allow that to happen, because Llewelin is going to push up his own cheap Germanic archers and presumably use them as a shield. Now, he needs to be careful here, because these Germanic archers are about to get charged, and it looks like the Prussian prince is going to get in, but that allows Llewelin to respond. Llewelin is going to go straight in, and the noble Alani also turn around and go straight in, but this noble Germanic horse got charged by the lancers. So these are only barbed lancers, but they take down the noble Alani. Now it's going to be a matter of getting the cavalry in here as fast as possible. Nicely done there by the noble Germanic horse of Llewelin, but he did lose quite a few infantry units. Whether it's worth it remains to be seen. The Prussian prince is doing a very smart thing here now, moving around with his Agathosai warriors. This is massively important for the Prussian prince. He is about to lose a lot of his own cavalry now. Here we have the elite Agathosai charging into the back of the cavalry. The Germanic mounted brigands come in to wreck Germanic archers. This is so important what the Prussian prince is doing now. Look at all the Burgundian axemen falling here for Llewelin. Just as the noble Alani cavalry gets destroyed, the barbed lancers also get destroyed. Llewelin is going to be able to, the Prussian prince is going to be able to win here. However, Burgundian general coming in, smashing the Agathosai warriors here, and very nicely done here by the Prussian prince in getting into the Germanic mounted brigands. Not a cost-effective exchange there for Llewelin whatsoever, because he just got this unit off the field, and his Germanic mounted died. But he's going to rush his Germanic mounted into the elite Agathosai and the noble Alani cavalry, just ganging up on the units of the Prussian prince. Over here, the Germanic mounted brigands get Germanic archer off the field, but they are getting wrecked by precursors from elite Agathosai. But still, they continue into the Germanic archers here. Well, this must be very annoying for the Prussian prince to deal with, but it is very, very close still. The Burgundian axemen are rushing towards the general of the Prussian prince. The Prussian prince sees it, sends some elite Agathosai in. If they get into the Burgundian axemen, they could just destroy the Burgundian axemen, but Llewelin turns around here and charges straight into the elite Agathosai. The elite Agathosai do not have the men here to stop this from happening. The combination of axes and shock destroys the noble Germanics, and now we have Germanic Burgundian axes in the rear of the Prussian prince. The noble Germanic swords just killing pikes from the front here. The Burgundian axemen got charged by Germanic nobles, I believe, but this doesn't look too good for the Prussian prince. However, if he can kill this royal Burgundian general, he might have a chance there. He is fighting noble Germanic horsemen. The noble Germanic horsemen just got hit. But this general of the Prussian prince is not in too good shape here. The skirmish line of Prussian prince though is just getting destroyed here. So he might be in dire straits. Barbed lancers incoming against the noble Alani cavalry. The noble Alani cavalry is still alive. This blob here is so important though. If the Prussian prince manages to kill one of the problems with the Burgundians is that they overall have low morale. Their dangerous units have low morale. So if the general, the royal Burgundian general of Llewelin, dies here, then that creates an opening for the Prussian prince. A small opening, but you can see it already here. These wavering units, if about to get charged by elite Agathosai, if they die. If the general dies here, which he very, very well might, but very nicely done here by Llewelin in getting the royal lancers into the Germanic nobles here, and then supporting with Burgundian axemen. So the Prussian prince's general is going to die any minute now, and then it's going to be very difficult. But the general of Llewelin is also wavering. The Prussian prince's general is wavering. Both generals are dead now, so this is such a toss-up. Both players about to lose a lot of units here. These elite Agathosai, I don't know if Headhunt was activated or not, but it seems like, yeah, the Llewelin just has too much left now for the Prussian prince to deal with. The Prussian prince's units are just going to rout off the field. So great battle by these two players. This was an intense one. This was a great battle. Some very unexpected and unusual tactics employed by Llewelin, and it can be argued whether it was really effective, but it certainly threw a wrench in the skirmishing capabilities of the Prussian prince. Very unexpected move there by Llewelin. Encountering the Burgundians is very, very difficult indeed. They have specialist troops for dealing with anything really. The Burgundian Axis are infantry killing specialists, but when they get the charge on cavalry, their high AP, high charge and high weapon damage also means that they will pretty much destroy them. So dealing with Burgundians is very, very difficult, even for the Alans. Alans, Burgundians, Vandals, strongest factions in the game at the moment. So, wow, this was a good one. Strength and honor.